Okay, guys. So the rest of the review, and it would be the last session. So Shirin, you asked a question last session about connecting to other people, other cultures. That was your sentence. I thought about it and I came to the conclusion that what you meant by that, you said in Farsi, ارتباط برقرار کردن با آدم‌های دیگه، کشورهای دیگه، فرهنگ‌های دیگه. What you actually meant was something else. What you actually meant was آشنا شدن با اونها. از وقتی که ایرانی‌ها با اونها آشنا شدن. So you could use the structure to get familiar with something. You could say, since Iranians got familiar with the Western culture, for example. Okay? So I'm sure you're familiar with the structure of to get familiar with something.
Yes.
Okay? Sometimes if you think about what you want to say, if you think deeply about it, about what you actually want to say, then you can find exact equivalent, not translation, equivalent. Unfortunately, even in our mother tongue, we sometimes say something, but we mean something else. Sometimes words escape us, so we cannot find the correct word. Okay, and you were supposed to search for something, right? On the website wordreference.com, you were supposed to ask, yeah. Okay, have you done it?
No.
Oh, why?
I sent I sent message for Mr. Nadir. I want to do this Friday.
Friday.
But on Friday, yes, but the video didn't upload it on the YouTube.
No, wasn't
And
not didn't, wasn't, because video cannot upload itself. The video wasn't, you need passive, wasn't uploaded. Yes, go on.
Wasn't uploaded. And he told me the program and the schedule of our editor was changed.
Schedule.
And
Sharon, schedule, don't say schedule.
We uploaded it schedule.
Oh, I think there's a delay, unfortunately. These days we only have delays. Yes, the pronunciation is schedule. Don't say ska, it's ske, schedule. Hello? Yes. Go on.
And I asked him to upload this session as soon as possible. But today I can receive it, and I forgot the name of the website, and today I can.
Doesn't matter. The name of the website is Word Reference.
I promise you, I'll do it for next review.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't matter, dear. Doesn't matter. Okay, sure. So next review or next session? Next session is
yes.
New session. No reviews for next session, okay?
Yeah.
Word reference.
Yes.
Let me check the spelling. I want to make sure that it's the word reference. Yes. Reference. Yes, exactly. This is the website. You can write it down so that this time the problem won't be there. Okay, doesn't matter.
I took a screenshot right now.
Okay, good, very good. So the rest of the review, and Bezat, I think you still don't have time for the reviews, right? Hello?
No, and he supports me. He supports me.
Supports you, yes. Supervises.
به لحاظ روحی support میکنه.
Okay.
Spiritually.
Spiritually, okay. How does he do that?
Okay.
How does he support you spiritually? I don't get it.
he encourages me and he told me bravo. He tells me bravo.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
back to the review.
Yes. The next vocab is surf in. And when, for example, I said about, I said about some.
No.
I said
in here you neither need say nor tell. You need what? Talk. When I talked about.
When I talked about my memories about Iran, I said some feelings surfed in me, and it means
Shirin, it was surface, not serve.
Surface.
Yes, surface.
Yes.
You know the meaning of surface as a noun, right? Surface is both a noun and a verb. As a noun, in Farsi, surface means what?
Sat.
Yes. And as a verb, it means, again in Farsi?
What?
As a verb. Surface as a verb. What does surface mean as a verb in Farsi?
احاطه کرده.
No. Bezat, what does it mean as a verb?
To surface.
به سطح اومدن. به سطح اومدن. These feelings are deep in your memory. You forgot about them, for example. Okay? And then when you say something, when you talk about something, they surface. میان به سطح حافظه شما. به سطح خودآگاهتون. بالا میان. Okay? So these feelings surface. Go on.
And the next one is proud.
Shirin, because you said surf, we have, excuse me, it's Farsi. We have surf too. What does surf mean in English?
Surf.
Yes,
to surf.
Yes, very good. So that is surf. That is surf. Yes.
Surfing.
Yes, very good.
Surfing.
Okay.
Okay. The next
There's
one
an
is
expression,
proud.
Shirin, I'm sorry to interrupt. When two people say something that's good, they say, of course, that's a bit as a joke too. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. یه جورایی برای نوشابه کردن هم هست. Okay, you come up with something, a good idea, and then Behzat says that the same thing, and you say it simultaneously, or sometimes not simultaneously, but you both of you think of the same thing. That's when you say, okay, great minds think alike. It means that we're great people. Okay, you could say that. Okay.
Think alike.
Great
Okay.
minds
The
think alike. Yes.
next one is proud. Proud of something, and I didn't know proud. It's an adjective, and I should use in this form.
No.
I'm proud of him.
No, Shirin. Have you studied the lesson 16 of grammar for IELTS? The last session.
Yes, but
what is the structure with should that you learned in that just once? Okay, so you have to go back and do it again. The structure that you learned with should in this lesson is should plus have plus past participle of a verb. It means بهتر بود که کاری در گذشته انجام میشد. بهتر بود که اون زمان اینو میگفتید اما نگفتید. Because it's about the past, you need to use should have. I should have said. Okay? But if you're talking about the present, then you can say, I should say. بهتر الان اینو بگم.
Yes.
But because you're talking about the past, I should have said. I should have said. Shirin, how do you shorten this sentence? This sentence has a short form too. They use it, of course, in conversation. How do you say it? I should have said. Shorten it. How do you do it?
I should have. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you said something.
I should have.
No, should have is should have.
Yeah.
You know, have is shortened to V, okay?
Yeah.
V, and it's pronounced V. I
I
should
should
have.
have.
I should have.
I should have said.
Should have.
Should have said. And there is a negative form. What is the negative form of I should have said that? I should have said.
No, I shouldn't have said that.
Yes.
Shouldn't have.
I
Shouldn't have.
not have said that. Now, what's the short form of I should not have said that?
I shouldn't have said that.
No.
Yes.
This time, this is, I don't know the dictation because it's not, you know, a grammatical dictation. There is no grammatical dictation. They say it in conversation. You don't use it in formal situations. So I'm not sure about the dictation, but it's something like that. I shouldn't have said it. I should not.
Shouldn't have said.
Shouldn't have said it.
Shouldn't have.
You shouldn't done it. You should not done it. Means you should not have done that or it.
Shouldn't have done it. Yes, thank you.
Okay, sometimes
Thank
you
you.
hear it in a movie, you don't understand what they say. That's what they say. Okay, Shirin, go on.
And اگه بخوایم بگیم که مثلا باید این استراکچر اینجوری به کار ببریم چی؟
باید, when you say باید, it's must. But should doesn't mean باید. بهتر بود که. Okay? بهتر بود که.
Okay.
And also must. With must, we have the same structure. You must have done this. Of course, that means something else. That means something else. You need to go to that lesson and study it. There are two meanings for must when it's used with this structure. So, what is your sentence?
I didn't know proud is an adjective, but after the last session, I learned proud is an adjective, and I have to or I must have used in this form. I'm proud of something. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my country.
For باید, you meant in the past باید. Okay, I had to, or I had better use it in this context. Okay, so I was proud of, yes, I was proud of, or I am proud of someone or something.
And the noun form of proud is pride. And the next one is the perception of. Perception, it means the way you think about something, and the preposition for perception is of, and making effort. There was a sentence, he's never been to Iran, and we have used to for in this sentence. He's never been to Iran.
It's different from what is the difference?
Yeah. I have never been in Iran.
No,
I don't know.
I want to ask you. That sentence doesn't exist in American English. I have never been in Iran does not exist in American English. We have I've never been to Iran, or I have been in Iran, for example, since 2 years ago.
Since
2 years ago.
2 years
We don't say
ago.
I haven't been in Iran. That's not American English, okay? Not grammatically correct. When you say to be to a place, it means that you went there and then you came back. Have you been to France? You went there. You came back to Iran. Have you been to Italy?
Yes.
You went there. You came back to Iran. But you cannot say I have been in France. If you say that, if you say I have been in France, it means that you're still there. You haven't left. You're still in France. I have been in France means since 2 years ago. Even if you don't mention the time, it must be implied. Maybe before you said the sentence, you said something that was obvious, that it's been 2 years that you've been in France. So you don't have to mention it. Okay, that's the difference between to and in when used with present perfect.
To is for when we came back,
Yes.
and it was a short time.
No, doesn't have to be a short time. No. I've been to France. I've been to Italy. I've been to them. I've traveled to them. Maybe I lived there for a while, but I came back. What's important is I'm not there anymore. That's the point. When I say I've been to France, it means I'm not in France now. That's why I'm saying this sentence.
For example, we have lived Shiraz for 2 years.
Are you
And
still in
then we
Shiraz? Are you
came
still in
to-
Shiraz? No.
Can you?
We lived in Shiraz for 2 years.
Yes, we lived in
It's
Shiraz.
my problem. In present perfect, I want to ask this question.
Yes.
For example, you mentioned that when there is, you don't mention to the exact time, you can use present perfect.
Yeah, but
And
exact time doesn't mean, for example, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. When you use the when, it's like talking about the time. Exact time doesn't mean exactly a time, you know? That's the problem with the words that I used, maybe. When I said that you don't mention the exact time, it doesn't mean that you have to say, for example, 2 years ago or 6 months ago, and then you can use past simple and not present perfect. No. When I say, for example, when I was a child, I played with my toys every day. When I say when I was a child, it's like mentioning a time. Because I'm no more a child. When I was in Shiraz, I shopped, I went shopping every day, or I shopped for groceries every day. I used past simple past. Why? Because I said when I lived in Shiraz. When I say that when I lived in Shiraz, it shows that I'm no more there. I don't live there anymore. That's like mentioning a time. Does that cover the question, or do you have another question?
My problem is I don't know how to use present perfect in my conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm very
Don't worry.
confused about
Don't worry.
it.
When we start the class for the IELTS test, we'll cover that. Don't worry. You have to practice that. Of course, if you just read about it, if you just watch videos, you cannot do anything. You have to practice it. Don't worry. That'll be covered.
Okay. Thank you. This session was over, and I did the last 3 sessions.
Yes.
And I'm ready to say this.
Yes.
There was a very nice topic about news, and the first one, I start with expression. It was
Okay, wait.
a humble beginning.
You wanted to say I'll? Did you say I'll start or I start. Which one did you say?
I'll start.
Yes. Or you could say, I want to start. Both could be correct. Both are correct. Okay, go on. Humble beginnings, yes.
And humble beginnings. And when I said some people come from poor families, and you told us an expression, they have or they had humble beginnings.
Yes, very good.
And it was the expression, it was a nice expression. And the next categories is points and preposition. We have to say it depends on, and the preposition for depends is on.
Yes.
And the next one is I'm interested in.
Yes.
We have used in for interested, and we the next one is about soccer and football.
Yes.
You mentioned that soccer is for American, and football, it means rugby.
Yes, in American English. Yes, in American English. But in British English, football is football, and
yes.
rugby is rugby. Yes.
And the next one is a piece of news.
Yes, a piece of news.
News, and for example, for computer, we have to use click or touch, not press. We have used press, for example, for the elevator button.
No,
not for
as far as I remember, Shirin, that was about a website. Am I right? Because I don't remember which.
Yes.
Okay. When it's a website, then the buttons that you see on a web page are clicked on. Okay, or you touch them. But if you're talking about your computer, you could press something because there are buttons on the keyboard. If you're talking about the keyboard of the computer.
Okay,
so
yes.
when talking about the website, not computer, when talking about the website.
Yes. And the next one is media. Media is
media.
Plural form media. It's plural form.
It's plural. Plural. If it's hard for you, Shirin, add an E, and then later on, little by little, omit that E. Say plural. If it's hard for you, say plural. Say it.
Plural.
Okay. After some time, when you got used to this one, then omit the E, and say plural. But until further notice, just say plural, okay? So that you get used to this. What's until further notice? Until further notice?
Pelu.
Yes, yes, plural. Yes. Just think it.
اخبار ناتوانان معلولی.
Okay, yes, you could say plural. But say plural, and then after some time, you can say plural. Until further notice, you have to say plural, okay? So what is until further notice in Farsi?
ثانوی.
Yes, don't add A to Sanavi. Yes, that is Sanavi. It's not Sanavi. Yes, okay. Yes.
Yes. And the next, and the singular form is
not singular. Singular.
Singular.
Yes. Okay.
Medium.
Medium, yes. Although just media is used. Medium is not used much, at least not in that sense. Go on.
And the important part is sent to or send for. We have to use send to when you, for example, send something to door for your family, not just door. When send something to all member of family, and not and you don't mention the exact person, we use send to. But it's, for example, I send something just for Behzad, I have to say send for Behzad. I just send it for Behzad. And the next one is the structure of help, to help someone with something. And
that is
we
one
have to
structure
use
that is
with.
used with help. Help has several different structures, yes. To help someone with something. Can you give me an example, Shireen, of this structure?
Yes. For example, he helps them with financial problems.
With their financial problems, then. Okay. I can also say, please help me with my homework. Please help me with my homework.
My homework, yes.
Or in the kitchen, you could say, please help me with the dishes. Please help
with
me with the dishes. Yes, go on.
And the next one is prevent. The preposition for prevent is from. Prevent from something. And for spend, the preposition is on.
Yes.
For example, I like to spend my time on positive, hopeful news.
Hopeful news, positive news, yes.
Yes. And this, and yes. And for a new vocab, the first one is recap of the news.
Yes.
Recap, it means a summary of the news. And or it's a verb. It's a verb, and I looked it up in the dictionary, and there is a structure to recap on something. To recap for example, the previous lecture.
Previous. Sure, it's previous, not views. Yes, previous. Usually, Shireen, OUS at the end of sentences, excuse me, noun, words is pronounced S. Okay, like previous. Previous. Monotonous.
Previous.
S. Go on.
Okay. The next new vocab is secret. We use it for something like adrenaline, and we can use it for all types of hormone. For example,
hormone. Yes, hormone, you said, yes. It's like saying ترشح کردن یا ترشح شدن یک هورمون. Yes, yes.
Secretion.
Yes, secretion is a noun.
And the next one, it's a glance. I have a Behzad said, I have a glance at the news, and and another word is shallow and superficial. They are opposite of deep.
Yes, deep. Deep, not deep, because we have dip too. What's dip? What's dip? It's a kind of sauce. Okay, a thick one. It's a dip. But this one is deep. A long E. Deep. دیپ سس غلیظ. yes. سس غلیظ که باشه بهش میگیم دیپ.
And the word that Behzad loved it.
No,
Wildlife
no, 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 no,
documentaries.
no, no, no. Go back, correct that sentence. Behzad don't help. You said the word that Behzad loved it. That was your sentence. This is wrong.
The word Behzad loved.
Yes.
The
The
word
word
that
that,
loved.
or that, you could omit that, but you could say it, but not it at the end. Yes, the word that Behzad loved. Yes. Okay, go on. What was it?
Wildlife documentaries.
Yes.
And lion cub.
Lion cub, yes. Okay. Did you, Behzad, really like that word? Or is she just joking? Wildlife documentary?
No, yeah, I'm very interested to watch documentaries about.
See?
I'm very interested in
Yes.
watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very interested in watching documentaries about wild animals.
Yes, wild animals. Have you checked that BJWT family in Mexico that I told you about some sessions ago? A shelter for felines. It's not a zoo, it's a shelter. And the owner, Papa Bear takes care of them. Yeah, they just climb this man. You know, they're such close friends. If you have an Instagram page, you can check bjwt.family. That's the page, and you can see these bjwt.family. I think this is the website, the Instagram page that Papa Bear runs. I'm not sure if it's his, but there are videos of him and the shelter on this page. And by the way, Shirin, at the beginning of this session today, you just said that Behzad gives me spiritual support. And then I just remembered that that's not how you say it in English. They say moral support.
Moral support.
Yes, moral support. When it's not physical, it's related to things that people do, by the things that they say, by their behavior. That's moral support. It's not physical. It's related to psychology. That's moral support. And the equivalent in Farsi, of course, is support ruhi, we say, right? Himayat ruhi. But in English, it's moral support. He gives me moral support. He provides me with moral support, you could say. Okay, so go on. The documentaries
and yes, and the next one is death rate. The number of people who dead every day from
not who did, no.
Who died? Died.
If you're talking about every day, don't say died. Use present simple. The number of people who.
The number of people who die.
Die. Okay. Don't go away. Wait. The number of people who die. Okay, that's one way of saying it. How can you say the same sentence with the adjective dead? Dead is an adjective. Die is the verb. The past form is died. And again, the past participle is died. Dead is an adjective, and it means morde.
The number of people who are dead every day.
Very good, yes. Or the number of dead people.
The number.
Yes.
The number of dead people.
Yes. Several ways of saying it. Yes, thank you. Okay, go on. And work on this one, Shirin. If you're writing it down, write down die. Because this is something that a lot of learners have problem with, yes. Because they don't know that dead is an adjective. They think that dead is the past form of die, which is not true. The past form of die is died. I just typed it here. Die, died, died. But dead is adjective. Go on.
Adjective. Okay. Thank you.
And we have, you know, گواهی فوت in medicine.
Yeah.
Dead sheet.
The cheat, yes. The cheat, yes.
Dead.
Exactly. Oh, sorry.
And then
What's the sheet, Shirin?
paper.
Yes.
Piece of paper.
Could be a piece of paper. Could be a lot of things. What else is a sheet?
Sheet.
Yes.
A layer.
Mm.
A layer.
Player? Layer, yes, very good. A layer of things could be a sheet, like the piece of clothes that you put on your bed is a sheet too. Okay, these are sheets.
Yeah.
For example, you stay at a hotel, you ask for clean sheets. Okay, these are sheets, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
And the last one and the best one is the philanthropist, the person or group of person who do the charity works and they help somebody with financial problem
Could be
and
financial, could
something
be
wrong.
anything. Shirin, what does the word philanthropist mean in English? Just the word philanthropist. What you just mentioned is what philanthropists do. But what does philanthropist mean? Beza, do you know what it means?
Charity.
No, it doesn't mean charity. Right?
I know that a guy like Bill Gates, he's a philanthropist, but in philanthropist
Let me help you.
is
Beza, what does anthro mean? Anthro. What does it mean in English?
anthro.
Yeah, because the word philanthropy and philanthropist come from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, nothing?
No.
What about Phil?
No.
Phil.
Phil?
Yes.
Phil.
For example, in medicine, you have hemophilia. Am I right about the pronunciation? Hemophilia?
Yes.
Yeah, what is hemo?
When someone your something tends to be or tends to do something. For example, in hemophilia, patients tends to bleeding.
Very good. Tends to
and
bleed.
Because of that, I
Not
think
bleed. Tends to bleed. Yes.
Tends to bleed.
Yes. Very good.
Yes.
So there is a tendency towards something. That's what feel means. Like the tendency towards something.
Yeah.
What else do you know? Any other words that comes to your mind in which there's feel? Shirin, if you can think of some.
Thrombophilia.
Yeah, what is it?
We have thrombophilia. Thrombos means, like an embolus or lakhte. And in thrombophilia, the person, for whatever reason, tends to, tends to have thromboemboli in different parts of their body.
And Shirin Behzad, have you heard of the word
Thrombophilia.
anthropology? Anthropology. No, anthropology.
No.
So these are not familiar to you.
No.
Okay, I just wanted you to guess the meaning of anthro. Anthro means human. And feel means love. Feel means loving something. Having a tendency towards something is like loving it. Of course, in medicine, it cannot be translated like that. Like hemophilia doesn't mean that the person loves to bleed. Of course, that's the tendency of their body. They cannot help it. But feel means that. So a philanthropist is a person who loves human beings. That's why he does charity work. That's why he helps them. he helps the poor.
بشردوستانه.
Excuse me, yes, بشردوست. Philanthropist is a بشردوست and philanthropy is بشردوستی.
بشردوستانه. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's feel.
Yes.
Like, you know the word Philip? Philip? That's the name, Philip. Have you heard of it? Philip.
Yes.
Phil.
Yes.
Is there different dictation of this now name? This is the original. Philip. Phil again means love, and hip in Latin means horse. Philip is a person who loves horses. Philip. Yes. Yes. And if I'm not wrong, we learned this a long time ago. I think we were at university, but if I'm right, you have to check that. But hip, which is pronounced ip, in French means horse. In modern French, it means horse. But in English, horse means horse. So Philip is a person who loves horses. So a philanthropist is a person who loves human beings, and that's why he helps them. Go on.
Thank you for your explanation.
You're welcome, dear. And anthropology, because
Another
I mentioned that. Anthropology is insanshanasi. Because logy means anthropology means that. Okay, go on.
And hip, is one of the great joints. One of the great joints in our body is hip. مفصل hip or
I see. On the sides of the body. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Does it have anything to do with the horse?
I don't know. I was thinking about it after I heard, hip, that you said it has something to do with a horse.
I don't know. We have to go and ask. Sometimes there is a reason why they're named like that. Sometimes it's just a coincidence. So, okay. Okay, go on.
Okay. And the last one is common. They have one things in common. There is some things that it.
Sure, one thing. You said one things.
One thing.
Yes, one thing in common. Yes, very good.
They have one thing in common, and there is something. It's similar to all of them. We use common in common, and that was it. It was over.
Yes, all the three sessions.
It is over.
She could mean both.
Yes.
When she said it was over, she could mean that, for example, that session was over. So from that aspect, she's right. And if she says it is over, she means that her review of that session is over. So this could be correct too. Both could be correct. It depends on her viewpoint and which one she actually meant. So which one did you mean? Which one? I'm not in your head. I don't know.
Both of them.
Okay, that was funny. Okay, so you said that you did the review of all the 3 sessions.
Yes.
So that was the review of all the 3 sessions? That's over?
Yeah. Yeah, that is over.
I thought that it would take longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But I can review the last session, review session.
You mean right now? You did that?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
I did it.
So if you have any questions?
The last 2 sessions, I have to use the last 2 sessions. But 2 of the last sessions, این چه معنی میده؟ گفتین این نیست ولی من نفهمیدم. اون اصلا چه معنی؟ 2 of the last session چه معنی میده؟
2 تا از جلسات قبل. ممکنه ما کلا جلسات قبلمون 30 جلسه بوده. 2 تاش مورد نظرمونه. اما the last 2 sessions یعنی 2 جلسه قبل. دقیقاً جلسه هفته قبل و هفته قبلش. اما 2 of the last sessions هر جلسه از بین این مثلا 30-40 جلسه میتونه باشه.
And the new word in last session, the thing that was very new for me, and for many years I've been confused about this. It was everything, everyone, every person that we have to use a singular verb.
Singular. And Shirin, before I forget, I just, when you said this, I just remember I forgot to tell you about one. One is one of those two. If you use one, again, you use singular verb, but plural possessive adjective and plural pronouns.
The one?
No, just one. If one person enters this room, they must know that, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And bear in mind one more point, that when I said for everyone, everything, one thing, each person, each one, blah, blah, you use singular verb, but plural possessive adjective and plural pronouns, you must pay attention to the fact that if you use a plural subject pronoun, then of course the verb, if there is a verb that follows, it is not singular. Okay, these are the exceptions. Okay, for example, one knows that, one knows that if they come here, they cannot leave soon. When I say one, the verb that goes to it is singular. One knows. I don't say one know. One knows that if they is the plural subject pronoun that refers to one. That is plural. But because I brought they, then the verb that follows cannot be singular. Again, it cannot get S. So one knows that if they come here, they cannot leave soon. The one that's after leave cannot get S because of can, because can is a modal. After modal verbs, you have simple form of the verb. So you have to pay attention to this too, you know, because when you ask something and I say something, maybe I don't remember everything, but sometimes it just comes to me to tell you something more. Okay, that's something that you should remember. If you see something like that somewhere, it shouldn't be your a question for you. That you say, okay, we said that the pronoun should be plural, they, and then the verb should be singular, comes. But why is this come? Because of the pronoun they. But why is knows singular? Why does it get S? Because there is no plural pronoun before
Because
that.
of one.
Because of one.
See?
Yes, these are the things you have to pay attention to. Yes. Okay, go on.
And we have to use much for negative,
Yes,
and
mostly.
a lot for positive.
Yes,
For
mostly. Yes.
mostly.
In
For
grammatical.
example, I didn't like it.
Hello? Can you speak up?
Yes, yes.
Okay, in grammar books, you
Yes.
see that they say this, that much is for negative things, but a lot of is for positive. But unfortunately, there are common mistakes in English conversation. You say that native people use it in the wrong way too. So you must rely on grammar books, especially if you want to take the IELTS test. Okay, it doesn't matter who said what. What matters is what's standard English. So standard English, a lot is positive, much is not.
And the next one is 10 years from now.
Yes.
It means 10, not 1 or 2, 3 years, just 10 years from now. For example, I start a company, and 10 years from now, I will be
I will be
a millionaire.
Yes,
But the next 10 years, from right now, the whole time and the whole duration of these 10 years.
Very good.
در تمام سال.
Yes, very
این
good.
10
Or
سال.
within 10 years.
Yeah.
No, within is something else again. Within is something else. Yeah, if I say, for example, if you start your company now, within 10 years or in 10 years, that's the same thing. Within 10 years or in 10 years, you will become a millionaire. It means that it could take less than that, but at most you have to wait for 10 years to
Yeah.
become a millionaire. Okay, it doesn't mean in the
Ah.
next 10 years. In the next 10 years means
Yes,
from
yes.
now up to the next 10 years. There is no interruption, okay? I can give you this example. If you start your company now, in the next year, in the next 10 years, you will face a lot of problems. That's my prediction. I can predict this for
Yes.
you. Again, I used will based on, for example, personal experience. That's one of the applications of will for future. I make a prediction based on personal experience. If you start your own company today, you will face a lot of problems in the next 10 years. Like that. Okay, go on.
Okay.
So can we say, instead of that, can we say, if you start your own company, you will face a lot of problems within 10 years?
Again, it
I
does,
think
no, it doesn't
both
mean
of
that.
them.
No, it doesn't mean that. Within 10 years بذارید من به فارسی اینو بگم. وقتی میگید within 10 years یعنی یه چیز حدود 10 سال رو در نظر داشته باشی که به مشکلات بر بخوری، نه که تو کل این 10 سال به مشکلات برمیخوری. وقتی میگم in the next 10 years یعنی از حالا و امروز که شرکتت رو شروع کردی تا 10 سال دیگه همینطور مشکلات خواهند بود. اما وقتی میگم in 10 years یا within 10 years یعنی یه 10 سال طول میکشه تا به مشکل بر بخوری. ممکنه یه خورده کمتر از 10 سال، ممکنه خود 10 سال طول بکشه، نه که لزوما از حالا تا 10 سال دیگه یه سره با مشکلات مواجه خواهی بود. اوکی؟
Yes.
این 10 years باید خیلی اینستنس های زیادی ازش ببینید یا بشنوید. بذارید یک مثال دیگه بزنم. For example, if a new government starts its work in Iran right now, it will take 10 years for Iran to become a superpower. Okay, just imagine that. که اگه یه دولت جدیدی الان بر ایران حاکم بشه 10 سال طول میکشه تا ایران to become a superpower، یه ابرقدرت بشه. خب or Iran will turn into a superpower in 10 years. معنیش چیه؟ یعنی یه 10 سال باید بگذره تا بشه سوپر پاور، نه که از حالا تا 10 سال دیگه همچنان سوپر پاور هست و باقی خواهد ماند. میدونید چی میگم؟ اوکی، یعنی اینقدر طول میکشه. و وقتی میگم in 10 years یعنی نه که دقیقاً 10 سال. ممکنه مثلا یه کمی قبل از 10 سالم بشه. حد اکثر 10 ساله. We will notify you in 2 days. ظرف مدت 2 روز یا within 2 days بهتون خبر میدیم. یعنی از حالا تا 2 روز دیگه همینجور بهتون خبر میدیم؟ نه. یعنی ممکنه یه روز دیگه هم خبر بدیم. حد اکثر تا 2 روز طول میکشه تا بهتون خبر بدیم. انتظار شما تا رسیدن خبر ما حد اکثر 2 روزه.
Yes.
But you will have to wait the next 2 days. or for the next 2 days. انتظار شما چی؟ چرا؟ انتظار کشیدن شما طول میکشه. 2 روز باید طول بکشه انتظار کشیدنتون.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Thank you.
But it takes time. It takes time for you to understand exactly where and when you can use these structures and tenses. You have to hear them a lot.
Yeah.
And Bezat, if you hear something like this, with this structure, yes?
تا دوزاری جا بیفته.
Yes. What's the English one for دوزاری جا بیفته is? It takes time for your penny to drop.
Penny drops.
Penny drops, yes. It takes time for the penny to drop.
For you.
Yes. If you want to ask someone دوزاری افتاد, you say
Thank
penny
you.
dropped. Penny dropped. Okay, that has your penny dropped. But it takes time for the penny to drop. ولی این کارو میتونید بکنید که از حالا هر جمله‌ای که شنیدید جایی تو پادکستی، ویدیویی، فیلمی، البته نیتیو بودنش مهمه و این استراکچر ها رو دیدید استفاده کرد، فوراً پازش کنید بنویسیدش. هر جایی که دیسکرپنسی دیدید و دیدید که نه با اون تعریف نمیخونه، خب بیاید بپرسید، من ببینم که چی هست و جواب میدم اگه بتونم. اوکی، اینش لازمه. اگه میخواید زودتر براتون دراپ بشه و جا بیفته، این لازمه که هر جایی که از این به بعد دارید within or in the next 10 years or 10 days or 10 weeks و این قبیل چیزها رو میشنوید یا با will be plus ing میشنوید، بنویسیدش و بعد بهش فکر کنید. اوکی؟ وگرنه همینطوری بخواید رهاش کنید خیلی طول میکشه تا اونقدری بشنوید که بخواد براتون عادی بشه. اوکی؟ Okay, anything else?
Then last one, trust in God.
Yes.
توکل کردن به خدا.
Yes, exactly.
In God we trust.
Yes, in God we trust.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you very much. So,
thank you.
For next week, we have a new movie. Please watch the new movie. And we have a new newspaper and a new topic of discussion. And the week after next week, we'll have the review of all the sessions. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day and have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
خیلی ممنون.
Bye-bye.